I found that, you know, that so often I would be driving in the car and the kids are asleep, and that's a quiet, peaceful time. And if I would go home, then I'd come in and I would want to, you know, do housework or be on the phone or get stuff done or blah, 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 and then the babies would wake up, and I would never have any pause or quiet time in my day until I learned to make my car my sanctuary. And so I always kept 3 things in my van, minivan. Up here it's probably SUVs, right? But I always kept a favorite CD, something that was just soothing and calming for me. I kept some cash, and I kept a favorite book or magazine or something that I enjoyed reading. And then as I was driving around, running my errands, doing my this and that, my hither and yon, if I found myself in the car with all the little people asleep, I would just pull over. And this was really before the days where there were so many Starbucks drive-thrus, so you guys have it made much better than I did even 5 years ago. But there wasn't Einstein's that had drive-through coffee, and so that's what I would use the cash for, is just to get a coffee or coffee and a bagel. And I would and I would park my car someplace where I had a view of the mountains, like right around Arapahoe Road and I-25 was kind of my area. And in the Sonic parking lot, there's a great view of the mountains. And I would just stop and I would sit, and I would just go, okay, I have 10 minutes for myself or 20 minutes. I would turn off my phone. No one knew where I was. I didn't have to feel guilty about being in the house, slacking off, and I would just go, this is my time to fill my cup. And sometimes it would take me a little bit to even figure out what would feel good for me. I could tell you exactly what would feel good for every one of my children, my husband, my sister-in-law, my mother, but for me, sometimes it took a little more work. But I would just sit and look at the mountains, or maybe I would pray, or maybe I would cry, or maybe I would tilt the seat back and take a little nap, or I would listen to some music that just helped put me in a good place. Or I would read something that was enjoyable to read, and it was just my little sanctuary time. Sometimes it was 10 minutes, you know, and then as soon as I'd hear murmurings in the back, I'd start driving and they'd keep sleeping and I could finish doing what I needed to do. And sometimes I'd get half an hour, sometimes I'd even have an hour. I mean, sometimes I'd really just tilt my seat back and have an honest-to-goodness nap, and it was wonderful. And that did so much good for me.